Hi, Craig from Foxy Web Design here. Today we're going to talk about making email accounts and managing them. We're going to use this test site. The URL is yamaz.com. We're going to show you how to manage email inside the cPanel and also how to connect that email to your email account on your computer or your phone or Gmail, etc. So, this assumes you've already got a cPanel set up. If you need cPanel hosting, talk to me at Foxy Web Design. Now, you should have your logins for your cPanel, and once you log in, you'll see all these options, and don't be scared. You'll never have to use many of these. The email section you'll use, and most importantly, this first button here, email accounts. Now, there's already an email set up. I'm actually going to delete this email account and start again. So be careful if you're going to delete an email account, everything gets deleted. So if you haven't got it backed up or anything like that, really think about that before you're going to delete anything. All right, so now we're going to create an email account and we'll call it hello. And of course, all the emails will be at yamaz.com. Now, let's set up a password. Now, I'm using my password wallet here, and I've created a random password in here. You can also generate a random password from in here. Be aware that all passwords that I show in this video are going to be changed before I even publish the video. So that's just to remind you to be aware of your own privacy. I would never show passwords publicly like this, except this is just a test account and it will either be deleted or changed after this video. Alright, so we've got the name, hello at yamaz.com. We've got a safe password in there, which has got a strength of 100. We've got set it up for unlimited storage. Just leave that automatically create folders. Send a welcome email's fine. And now we press create. Just before I press create, this unlimited space, just be aware that your account will have a cap. The lowest cap is 5 gigabytes. And you can see, this account's been created, this email account's created. So far it's using up 0 bytes of storage. But just keep an eye on that because if we look in the other section of the cPanel, you'll actually see how much space is being used up on the account and how much has been allocated. Okay, and as I say, generally the value plan accounts will have 500 gigabytes. This is just a test one. This has only got 500 megabytes on it. But you can see the percentage of space that's been used up on the disk here. And back on the email account section, you can see how much space is being used by each individual email account. All right. Now, first off, so we've got the email account created and I've got the password securely recorded here in my password wallet. Now, the reason why that's important is because we can now no longer see that email password even in the cPanel. If I click into here to manage, you'll notice that we can generate a new password. I could generate a new password here and go down here and press update email settings to update that password. But we cannot see the old password. That's why you need to keep a record of that. All right, we'll just go back to the email account screen. Okay, so you understand that now. You've got to keep a copy of the password. If you forget it, the only option is to go in here and reset it and create a new password. All right, so the email account set up. What does that mean? Okay, we're going to go back to this test site, yamaz.com, and I'm going to show you a little trick. So I'm just going to type in at the end of that URL, yamaz.com/webmail, and press return. And that will take us to log in to our webmail. Now, one of the advantages of using a password wallet is that I will never now need to type in any of this information again, the email address or the password. So mistakes can't be made. Okay, so I've ruled out human error in typing a wrong thing just by using a password manager and copying and pasting. Now, when you log into webmail, you get two main options. You've got all these other things as well. You can also see a lot of this from inside cPanel. But the main options that you've got is which web browser you want to use, either Roundcube or Horde. You can set either of them up for a default, or you can just leave it like this and choose which one you want to use each time you click through. So you should be familiar. This looks like most email clients. Here you've got your inbox, and here we've got that welcome email that was sent. Notice that there's no password there. Again, that's why you need to keep a copy of it. But all this other information is important information that you can use to connect to any other account. So from here we can compose email. We can send it to anyone with a subject and a message in here, etc., etc. And of course, you've got the inbox there, and you can create folders, etc., etc. So, you know, as you can see, within minutes you can create an email address, and you can be in here sending mail, checking mail, etc., etc. But let's take that one step further. First of all, let's just go back to this cPanel here, and I'll click on the home to take us right back up to the top level so you can see again what we're doing. We're going to click into this email accounts button again, and we're going to press this button, connect device. Oh, actually, before I press connect devices, I'll show you one other thing. When you're in cPanel, you can also log directly into webmail, which is what I just showed you. But you can log in either via the website /webmail, or you can log in directly via the cPanel by pressing that check email button. All right. So now let's set it up on your computer or on your phone. Now, as I said, these recommended settings are the ones you should be using, okay? And generally use IMAP if you can. Basically, if you use IMAP, you've got a mirror image of everything on your device. That means too, if you delete an email on your device, it will delete it on the email server as well. POP3 doesn't do that. So just be aware of that. I'll show you that more in a moment. You've also got these scripts up here that can be used to automatically install it onto your device, whether that's iOS for iPhone, iPad, iPod, or if it's macOS Mail app, okay? Or if you've got Windows Live Mail. Today I'm going to show you the macOS Mail app. It's similar for all of them. But this is what I use. So I'm going to show you how to use a script to install it on your device magically. So just download the script, proceed, download it. I'm just going to save this onto my desktop. I already had a copy of that there from before. I'm just going to replace that. Okay, so that script has now been downloaded. All right, so we'll just find that. Here it is. There's that script. All right. Now, I've got my macmail program open in another window, but I'm just going to quit out of macmail before I run that script. And I'd suggest that you do the same on your device. Quit out of the mail program before you run the script. In my experience, it just makes things work a bit more seamlessly when you quit out of everything first. All right. So I'll double click on the script. It'll start running the script. I'll press continue here. Might be slightly different on Windows, but the same thing. Now, I'm just going to grab my password. It's asking for my password for that email. Just grab that from my wallet and press install. And what that does is it creates a new account here for that email, hello@yamaz. And it's set it up with all that information that you can see here, but it's done it automatically. All right? So, once more, if I go back to the system preferences, I quit out of that. And now what I'm going to do is open up my macmail program. And that account should automatically be inside macmail. Okay, so I'll just look for that. And yes, it is. It's all set up and ready to go. You can see that's here at the bottom of my list. Don't want to show you all my emails, actually. That's why I'm just showing the partial screen. But that account is here. Once more, there is that welcome email here, which I showed you before in the webmail browser. It's also here on my local computer now, because this will download everything that's on that email account. And I can also create mail from macmail. And you can see here, just check if you've got multiple accounts that you've chosen the one that you want to send from. In this case, hello@yamaz.com. All right, so that email's all set up and working on my Mac. All right, so now what I'm going to do is show you how to set it up on Gmail. So to do that, I'm just going to create two windows side by side so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. In this window, I'm going to open up Gmail. In this window, I've left the cPanel window open so I can see all my details here for that account. Now, once you've logged into Gmail, press this gear wheel button at the top right. Just waiting for that to come up. Whoops, pressed it twice. Okay, then press See All Settings. Press that button again. And just wait for that to load. Okay, Gmail's being a bit slow for me right now. That's okay, we'll just wait for that to load. There it is. Now we're on the settings page. Now, see all these tabs along here? The fourth one along should be Accounts and Import. Click on that one. So there's two things that we want to do here. We want to be able to send mail as, and we also want to check mail from other accounts. First of all, let's set up send mail as. So we're going to press this button, Add Another Email Account. And this window's up here. I'm just going to copy. Now I'm going to put in the name the same as the email address. That's how I do it. Makes my life easy. You might want to change the name yourself, but possibly do it later. I always find name and email address being the same. It just makes life easy for me. That's why I do that. The SMTP servers, it's usually easier to copy and paste rather than retype, just so you don't make a mistake. Notice I had an extra space in there. Watch out for that as well. Then it's put in the username. Now, that is not going to work as a username. The username is the full email address. And again, it copied an extra space. I'm going to delete that, or it would have stuffed stuff up. Now, we want to send our email through the SMTP server. That means we are using an outgoing server, a sending server, which means we'll be using SMT port number 465. So we just changed that port here to 465. And lastly, the password. Once again, you've got this safely stored somewhere, hopefully on an encrypted wallet. Once again, I don't care if you see this password because it will be changed before this video gets published. So paste in the password here, and we're going to be using the SSL recommended connection. Let's add that account. And it says, please wait. All right, now authentication failed for some reason. Let's just have a look at that and try and work out why. Okay, so we'll copy the outgoing server. It's definitely mail.yamaz.com. The username. It's definitely hello@yamaz. Now we're sending, outgoing, it's 465. So now I'll grab that password. And I know that password's correct because I logged into webmail that way. Okay, so add another email address that you own to send. Okay. Let's just use TLS. It might be that TLS is going to work for Gmail. Let's just try that. It's waiting, waiting, waiting. All right, so I'll put in the password again. This time I'm going to use SSL again, 465, add account. All right, it worked that time. Who could ever understand that? I don't. I'm pretty sure I did the same thing twice. But anyway, Gmail is Gmail. Oh, by the way, if you're using Gmail too, this will take up to 30 minutes sometimes to retrieve your email because it's not instant. Whereas any dedicated email client on your device, like that one I showed you on macmail, or using the webmail browser like I showed you before, that's instant. Whereas Gmail can take up to 30 minutes. All right, so back in the cPanel, I've gone back to this main section to go back to email accounts. Whoops. Just make this window a bit smaller so you can see here, check email for hello@yum-as. The reason why we're doing that again is because we need this verification code that Gmail has just sent us. There it is there in the inbox. There's that confirmation code. We'll just verify that code. And now we can send mail as hello@yum-as. We can also make that the default. I'm not going to do that, but we could do that if we wanted to. So that anytime you send mail, it will always send from that one unless you choose something else. But we've also got to check our mail to complete this process. So we also need to press this button, add a mail account. All right, so let's go back to the cPanel and let's go back to connect devices so we can see our settings here. And once more, we'll just copy that email address and paste it in there and press next. Import emails from other account on POP3. Yes, press next. Username is the full email address. Password, you've got that stored somewhere safe. All right, so incoming on POP3, notice it's POP3 is 110. So they've got the 110 there already. That's okay. They've got mail.yum-as.com already, so that's correct. We'll leave that. Okay, these buttons, leave the top 3 checked. Okay, because we're going to leave a copy on the server. Yes, we don't want Gmail to just delete everything willy-nilly. It's better, I find it better to actually use Gmail just as a backup and sometimes double check if you're missing something. Sometimes you can find it on Gmail. The search filters in Gmail are very powerful. All right, so yes, always use a secure connection. Yes, label incoming messages. Yes, so you can understand which account it was sent to, whether this one or another one. But do not archive incoming messages. Do not skip the inbox unless you've got a reason for that. All right, let's add that account. Okay, so that, again, it's saying there was a problem connecting to mail@yum-as.com. Don't know why this is happening, but I know that I've got all these details correct. So let's just double check everything. Incoming is port 1110 on POP3. Yes, that is correct. We did say we were using POP. Well, that was the only option it gave us. So let's just try that one more time. Just check I haven't got any additional spaces here. And look, just to be double sure, incoming mail, I'm just going to copy and paste that there. It looks identical to me. And press add account. No, it still says there was a problem connecting the mail to yum-as. So, look, Gmail's been troublesome. It can sometimes be like that. We can see that the mail here on the inbox on Gmail has arrived, so it's connecting to the server. We know that, all right? So let's just click on this gear wheel again, see all settings, accounts and import, and check mail from another account. Okay, so email address, hello@yum-as. This is the only option it gives us. We can't press this one. So it's going to have to be POP3. We press next. Username, hello@yum-as. Password, we've got that in there. We know it's port 110. If I press 143, I'm going to expect an error. I'm going to change that to the one it's meant to be, 110. All right, let's just try that again. Add account. It still says there was a problem. Show error details. Let's have a look. Okay, it's saying please try disabling SSL. All right, well, we'll do that. We'll do that for now. All right, that worked. I guess because you can't do SSL on POP3, but honestly, I was showing you that because all the times I've done this before, I've actually been able to do that. So actually, when I was showing you the inbox, why did that appear in there? Oh, I see. This was from October 12th. Today's October 13th. I actually did this video yesterday, but I ran into a couple of hiccups. The phone rang, etc., etc. So now it is actually working, and you can see, and it's hello at Yamaz, the way it's meant to be. All right? So that is, in fact, working. So that's all you really need to know and see for this basic video right now. I'm just going to double check something just to finish off. I'm just curious. But I've shown you everything I wanted to show you in this video. Just going to check this one more time. So check mail from other account. I'm just going to edit this info. We know what our password is. Oh, it's disappeared out of my clipboard. Paste that in there. I'm just going to try this one more time just out of curiosity. No, it's not letting me do it anymore. You used to be able to do it that way. But it kind of does make sense because POP3 isn't SSL. Ah. All right, there we go. It's working, and it's checking mail, and we can send mail too. Actually, I'll show you one other thing too. When you're sending mail, if you haven't set it as a default, just make sure that you double check that you are actually sending from the account that you intend to send from. Oh, as long as we're here, this is for those people that still don't know what CC and BC is. CC means carbon copy. So that means if you want people to send to people on a list like David and Paul and Mary, and they all know each other, right? You put in all the email addresses for them separated by a comma in there. If you want to send this to someone and no one else see who it was sent to, other than this person sees that it was sent to them, the blind carbon copy is for use on that. So if you don't want Mark to know that you also sent to Paul and Mary, you put in the blind carbon copy. In fact, sorry, I got that mixed up. Paul and Mary will not see that Mark got sent this, okay? I believe that Mark will see Paul and Mary. I actually need to double check that. But anyway, that's not what this video was about. This video has done. Thanks for watching. If you've got any more questions about managing your email in cPanel, just put a comment down below. I'll make a special video just for you if it warrants that, or answer the question otherwise. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take it easy. See you next time.